The easiest way to get into real estate and make tens of thousands of dollars, and I could teach this to pretty much anyone, is a simple fix and flip deal. The foundation's simple. Find a distressed property. Find a property that has a good resale value but is currently distressed in some way, either requiring repairs or some type of way to do a value add. Go to a lending institution, preferably a local bank, not a small bank, but a mid-sized bank that's either local to your area or your region. You form a relationship with that bank, make sure they have a loan officer that understands real estate and construction. Then you're going to have the bank hire a professional appraiser, and the appraiser is going to come up with the value of the property, not as it sits currently, but what the value would be after you put the repairs into it. So the steps are: find your distressed property, find a local bank, small to mid-size, create a relationship with the loan officer, hire an appraiser, or have the bank hire an appraiser. He's going to establish the value post-construction. So on paper, he's going to say, here's what the value is after you get done with the repairs. Then the bank's going to lend you 80% of that money. So let's say, for the sake of example, it's a $100,000 purchase. The appraiser says that after you get done with the rehab, based off of the renovations that you give him, or the list based off the list of renovations you give him, the appraiser says it will be worth $200,000 on the open market. The bank's going to lend you $160,000. $100,000 of that is going to go towards the acquisition of the property. The remaining money will be used to pay for your renovations as well as pay for your financing costs. So that money's probably going to cost you about 9% right now. If you structured the loan correctly, you should be able to pay the interest-only payments on the loan while you're doing the construction. You put your $40,000, $50,000 into the property. You list it on the market. You've paid your loan fees with the money you borrowed. You've paid your interest with the money you borrowed. And let's say you sell the property for the $200,000 it was appraised at. After commissions, you will make somewhere between $40,000 and $50,000. It's a very simple business model. There's not much that goes into it, but it is a business, and it's not the same as real estate investing. It's not the same as purchasing. It's not the same as purchasing property to hold on to the real estate. It is a business, and if you want to do the business as a side hustle, it's very easy. The average person can probably do 2 or 3 of these in a year and make an extra $80,000 to $150,000 a year. It's not very complicated. It just comes down to building the relationship with the lender, having relationships with agents to find the right deals, and that's becoming increasingly harder to find the properties that have the potential for value add. But once you have the banking relationship, the relationship with the appraisers, the relationship with the brokers to find the properties and then move the properties, and then you need an excellent contractor so that you can rely on the person to do the job quickly and to not rip you off. But you get your team put together: banker, appraiser, contractor, broker. That's basically the team that you need to do this. And then you rely on their expertise. And the other thing that people do when they get into this is they pretend, well, 2 things. Number one, their mindset won't allow them to, it seems like a much bigger deal than it is. And it's not. This stuff is easy. So number one is getting over the imposter syndrome and actually establishing these relationships. But then people have the opinion that they need to know everything. And so when they're engaging with their team members, whether it's their broker or their contractor, they pretend like they know everything. And you don't need to. The best, most effective guys that I know and I work with pretend like they know absolutely nothing. All the time, I'm asking for clarification. I'd rather look like an idiot and get good answers than pretend like I know something when I don't have a clue what I'm talking about. So get over the imposter syndrome. It's not that big of a deal. You can ask the bank to borrow the money. That's what they're there for. And then number 2, once you start, don't pretend like you know it all. No one cares that you don't know it all. Generally speaking, people want to help. And number 3, if you do start this, You have any questions, shoot me an email. In the meantime, if you subscribe, I'll keep putting out videos that are hopefully helpful that relate to real estate financing, construction, real estate development, and general real estate investment. So please subscribe to this channel, and I will continue putting out content with useful information. And if you want, you can always reach out to me directly on Instagram or through the email that I have posted on YouTube. Thanks for watching.